Now, thousands of northeastern Kenyans turned in large numbers, taking to the streets, stating clearly Rigathi Gachagua was right as they demand for their rights. Is Gachagua slowly taking over northeastern? Welcome back to our channel. Press the subscribe button for more news bulletins on Royal News, the channel where you get all your trending politics. Now, there was a political storm after Rigathi Gachagua offered his opinion on the fraud of Minnesota.
The most recent allegation that investments in Eastleigh, including the development of the largest mall in East and Central Africa, were financed through proceeds of fraud in Minnesota.
Let leaders from northern Kenya not lecture us about affirmative action. Since 2013, Wajir County has received 99.6 billion Kenya shillings. Marsabit County has received 76.83 billion. Garissa County has received 81.7 billion shillings. Mandera County has received 119 Kenya billion shillings. They have the opportunity to develop institutions of the highest standards possible in Kenya. Not just for the children of those areas, but for the children of Kenya.
Let us just be realistic. Do you think Rigathi Gachagua actually had a point when he exposed the corruption scandal?
All manner of names and saying our territories are developed as a result of our inability to manage. And when they themselves, their track record is in black and white. If you are fired as a government officer selling relief maize, you don't have the moral authority to talk to me about corruption. The developmental gap between this region and the rest of the country cannot be attributed to or cannot be explained by either CDF expenditure or equitable share money, devolved money expenditure. No. Fact of the matter is we have done more.
Hawa washikana na Kasongo, pesa yote wameiba. Ukiona ile pesa imepelekwa northeastern, uende huko, hakuna shule, hakuna hospitali, hakuna chochote. Wamechukua pesa, wameenda kujenga South Sea na Eastleigh. Sisi kama viongozi wa Kenya ndio tutatetea watu ya northeastern. We are calling for a special audit on how funds for devolution, equalization fund and CDF ile imepeanwa northern Kenya imetumika vipi? Why are there no institutions? Why there is no visible development despite the billions of shillings that have been allocated in those areas? Na unajua sasa kwa sababu ni wezi na wanaogopa kushikwa, wanaenda kwa Kasongo wanasema tu tamu. Hata ukiwa mwizi anasema usishikwe. So it's up to the residents of northeastern Kenya waanze kusema one term ndio Kasongo apidue fikira zake. So we are going to speak for the people of northeastern. Those children deserve good schools.
But Gachagua actually has a point. Northeastern is not developed. And when you look at Eastleigh, there are so many buildings, so many investments, so many projects people are spending on. Eastleigh is a developed town on its own because of the Somalis who are residing there. So definitely when they take to the grounds to actually try and speak out their rights, defending and backing Rigathi Gachagua, who was stating facts about Northern Eastern, is a clear indication that the government needs to review. Now, Rigathi resorted into defending the rights of the people. He is slowly practicing what Raila was doing, the democracy and the art of defending Kenyans. This is the only way Kenyans will actually acknowledge him as a strong opposition defending the rights of Kenyans by calling a spoon and a spade a spade. And I want to ask you guys a question. After Raila Odinga, do you think we still have the face of opposition? Can we find a profound opposition that will fill the gaps of Raila Amolo Odinga? Raila calculated all his strategic moves to stay politically relevant as key significant figure in the politics of Kenya. But can Rigathi Gachagua attain the political relevance of Raila Odinga as the face of opposition? Clearly, Ruto is targeting Northeastern for support, hence the strategy of eradicating the ID vetting. His intentions are clear. The obvious, he needs the Northeastern support. But can he achieve or get the support from Northeastern without having any single developments? They are on the streets rioting. They don't have water. There are no schools for their children. There is no food. I mean, they have been neglected, abandoned on the streets. Something which Rigathi Gachagua was trying to put a point across, because most of the funds are being given equally, and these leaders choose to actually put their projects in places like Eastleigh and neglecting their own northeastern people. Now, Gachagua is also an intelligent man. He knew exactly how Ruto's brain operates. The minute he was kicked out of the government and with an impeachment paralyzing him not to ever run until after 10 good years, and many were under the speculations that Rigathi Gachagua is going to rot wherever he has gone and disappear from the Kenyan politics. But he decided one thing: he will still stay as the face of opposition by staying politically relevant. How so? Emphasizing democracy and the rights of Kenyans are observed by calling a spoon and a spade a spade. Gachagua is a very intelligent man, and I don't know if Ruto will manage to beat Gachagua 10-0. He should be regretting wherever he is. Impeaching Rigathi Gachagua was the biggest mistake Ruto ever made. Could this be a good political strategy for Northeasterns to take to the streets so that actually their call could be heard by the president, who is solely depending on Northeastern for survival and his re-election? I've managed to see very few leaders who actually use funds correctly, like Ndindi Nyoro, develop their towns, give their people what they deserve, create schools, create development, putting their people first before his own governance, political strategy to get re-elected. When Gachagua made the statement that took Kenyans into a political storm on corruption allegation, did you think that the people of Northeastern today would go to the streets to actually back Rigathi, who has a point? Gachagua is slowly making effect. Whenever he talks, he always has facts that create a political storm. Now, do you think actually Gachagua achieved a political target when he addressed the fraud allegations, with his statements becoming a viral political storm on social media? Definitely yes, because the people of Northeastern have taken to the streets to back him up, to try and get a solution, now putting pressure onto their leaders who are in the government. There's not really much difference between Kikuyus and Somalis, because all of them are business oriented and they think in terms of investments and profits. So, was Gachagua actually right defending the Northeastern people? Because their leaders seem to have ignored them, creating investments in Eastleigh, and when they see there is a political storm somewhere, they run to William Ruto for aid, singing two-term in order for Ruto to defend their investments, neglecting their own people. Are you seeing how Rigathi Gachagua's mind is operating? Defend the people of Kenya in order to stay politically relevant, a strategy used by Raila Odinga, the art of democracy. Well, do you think Rigathi Gachagua was actually right when he exposed the political scams, frauds, the Eastern leaders neglecting their people, building in Eastleigh fancy projects? Can the people of Northeastern get their justice, given that Ruto wants to fully rely on them for support? Well, stay tuned to Royal News for more news updates on the channel where you get all your trending political storms created by Gachagua. Subscribe to our channel for more news updates. JD Ishmaels.